no college.
Okay, welcome back to this week's edition of the BarroomBlitz.com. We are talking sports, unique perspective, unique attitudes, unique opinions. We like to say we're going to bring up a little Phillies talk. We're almost to the off season. What do we do? Do you want Rollins back?
I'd punt. Rollins, no. It depends what he wants.
What's your number one?
2 years,
I think your number one is Mattson.
I think your number one's Hamels.
No, Hamels, you have to work throughout the year.
Yeah, but I mean, I say you make a deal now.
Yeah,
They did that
maybe
last
get it on the
time.
cheap.
I say you get it done.
Just
now.
settle it, so there's
Yeah,
no
so
question.
there's no
Don't mess with
question.
his head.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Are you saying $20 million a year?
Now,
Close to that, 18.
well, well, I guess what Cliff Lee makes 20, right?
Cliff Lee makes more than 20.
His goes up and down though.
Yeah.
Halliday probably
I mean, you want to lock Hamels before Mattson.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
because there's a lot of closers out there, Cheeks, and it's
Well, they're going to want the. They're not. I mean, if you don't sign Mattson, what do you think? How much are you going to save signing a closer? It's going to be the same money. No.
well, they said you get Heath Bell. No, they said the closer's role isn't.
Heath Bell is staying in San Diego. He said that already. He's staying in San Diego.
Well, what's the top money's going to be? What, 12, 14 million for the closer? I'm
12,
guessing?
14.
12.
You
12
give
is your cap.
Mattson
Well, 12 was Lidge 3 years ago.
Yeah, but they said the closer is
Just
coming down.
You give him.
It's too much money, they said, for that special of a position. And some of these teams are winning. Look, I mean, the closer that the Cardinals got, they found them halfway through the season.
Exactly.
They're not putting as much faith in the closer as they used to.
You give him a $10 million thing for 5 years on Mattson, you're locked.
Oh.
Yeah, Phillies don't like to do the 5-year contract.
You're not
so.
doing a 5-year deal with Mattson.
Well, what if 4 year then?
3 with an option.
3 with an
A
option.
team option?
3 with a team option.
3 with
A player.
What do you want to sign?
You know what you do? You
Hamels?
make him feel good. You get 3 with the player option.
3 with what? 20 million for 3?
By then, Bastardo will be ready.
So we already spent 60
Never
million
know.
there.
Honestly,
And-
I wouldn't have a problem with offering him 5 at 16, 18 million.
You just
see if
told me
he
that
takes-
the Phillies don't do 5-year contracts.
They don't, but they did it for Cliff Lee.
They did it as an exception, yep.
Yeah, and I think that they should extend that to Cole Hamels and say, hey, you know what? You're just as important as Cliff Lee is on this.
But you're locking up a ton of money there.
You're
Two
locking
pitchers.
Yeah,
up
but the
lot of
cap's
money.
got to go up a little bit, right? Doesn't
You're
the cap
hoping
go up?
Jerry Jones hoped
Yeah.
for the cap to go up. It didn't. All right.
I don't know if
You're
it's an
like-
issue of a cap as much as it is the owners.
I think the Phillies, because I mean, they've shown us every year that they make the splash, and I know that they're in there. They're the nationally cheap version of the Yankees. That they're going to eventually just keep getting closer and closer to that cap. I don't think they really care. I think that they like too many people in those stands. Because if you have a down year, the Phillies fans forget quick.
Yeah, they do.
They
True.
forget quick, and all of a sudden that stadium's empty. They're screwed. So they got to keep you right there on the
So
edge.
you got Lee for 4 more years at 20 million, right?
Right.
And then you want Hamels for another 5 years for 20 million?
Yeah, but he's the youngest one on the team. He's only 27, right?
That's a lot of money.
No,
And you got
think-
Holliday.
You got to
Money,
sign
money,
Hamels,
too.
though.
I
You
say-
can't.
I think offering him 5 years will, he'll be almost flustered by it because they don't offer anybody 5 years, and he'll realize that he is as important as Cliff Lee, and he'll take a better deal.
Right.
I think he'll take 16, 17 million.
Do you think
if
Hamels?
they offer him 5 years?
Do you think Hamels is good as Lee? Like if
I think
Hamels
at
in the number
moments-
1 spot,
I just think Hamels, though, has been learning more and more every
yeah.
year,
Yeah,
and he's
well,
becoming
keeping
more.
him with those
I mean, look at a
guys.
guy like Halliday. He didn't get good until the Carpenter. All those guys were shaky when they first came up. A lot of those guys get sent back down to the minors in between. Cliff Lee got sent down to the minors. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
it
it's
was
gonna
their
happen.
late. It was their late 20s when they really.
Right.
turned
And
into those
it's when they
phenoms.
mature and their bodies become,
Well, you could
set,
see
ready.
Cole Hamels had to have gained 15 pounds this year.
Sure. And
He's
I
a
mean, he
lot
had that
bigger.
one off year, and he still had a winning record. It was the
Yeah,
2009
he looked really
season.
heavy. He looked fat. Yeah, he looked fat. Too many
All right,
beef
Jimmy
steaks.
Rollins. What do you do with Jimmy Rollins?
that's the dilemma.
Do you go out? Do you put now? They're already worried that they had the thing with Charlie Manuel was worried about third base too. Now, do you put? They were talking about giving Mayberry a chance at third base in the offseason, working him at third base. I don't know.
Hey, if he can
do you
do
use
it,
Mayberry for first base and then find a left fielder for part of the season, or do you find a first baseman and keep Mayberry?
Let's go to one question here. You started with Jimmy Rollins.
Yes.
All right, you're asking what the Phillies are going to do. It's not what the Phillies are going to do. It's
But
what
Jimmy.
someone else is going to offer him.
Right.
To answer that question.
And
If
someone,
somebody comes in with a 5-year contract, 4-year contract,
He's gone.
Yeah, but you got to let him go. It's like
Yeah, he's
Jason
gone.
Worth last year.
If
We
the-
offered him $14 or $12 million. If you want to go to a loser, go to a loser. Either you want to come here, you want to win.
That's the deal with that. I mean,
Right.
they're not going to be. Now you want to go, where were we at? With Mayberry, wherever he can play. I want the man in the lineup.
Well, because Ross Rhodes not
athletic.
going to be there because he got that sports hernia surgery.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So
Another
do you go
one?
out and find? There's a couple names. There's Derek Lee, is one for first base. Jim Thome,
Yeah.
limited range, but I still think Jim Thome gives you value at the end of the season when you need a left-handed bat off the bench.
I like Jim Thome, but what is he going to want?
He can't want much.
He can't win
Yeah.
much. He's at the end of his career. He batted
I don't know.
212
I
last
think he wants
year.
to come
He's
back.
gotta
He wants
pay
to
for
play
that farm
Charlie.
somewhere
he
else.
wants to play for Charlie.
I think
Yeah.
Jim Thome would be perfect. Howard will be back. Let him play April. Howard back middle June. Let Thome get real hot and then rest him.
You rest him. You bring him off the bench every
Plus,
so
he's a
often.
good presence.
So then
on
you
the
then
bench.
you
he's
would
just
leave
great.
Mayberry in left field and leave him set.
I like
get-
Mayberry in the outfield. He's
Just
fast.
get used to it.
I don't like guys that are real fast.
Well,
playing
I'm just saying.
except for a shortstop.
What,
all right?
what do you think would be easier to find? A first baseman that could hold you for a couple months, or a left fielder and put Mayberry at first and then switch him back and
That's
forth?
a good question.
Because I think even with Jim Thome, you're going to have to platoon him because you won't be able to play him every day. Because
No,
he's a little
he can't play every day.
so.
well,
there's
then
Derek
Mayberry
Lee.
would work there. Yeah. Huh.
But just
So
so
you're
you-
going to need that. Maybe you get an outfielder and
Right.
platoon
you
Mayberry
get,
there.
like Willingham
Mayberry at first. He's
or,
too fast for a first base.
Well, they got that Martinez guy. He can do outfield and infield.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't. We don't need to be relying on Michael Martinez. He
No,
did
no,
great-
but
he did
as
great
a-
this year.
as a
he
guy
filled
that-
in very well, but he's not. You can't rely on him every day.
No, but as a fill-in, I'm not
Yeah.
saying he's going to replace Jimmy, but if you have him bring in Thome or something.
Well,
If Jimmy
Matt-
don't come in, you're going to bring the rookie up. He's not ready.
Galvis.
Everyone says.
Galvis,
Yeah.
Freddie Galvis, right?
You bring
Play
him
him.
up, or
Some people say he's ready. Some people don't. They're really split
We'll
on him.
see it. See what the
you
spring
gotta
training
find
is.
out eventually.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
there's
Well,
a-
we're gonna find out eventually. Cut this break.